Oh, damn it.
That's how we start this.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For some reason, it's not being fun. Okay, here we go. One more time. Redo.
Nightcap is a place to go. Nightcap, so you don't feel alone. Nightcap, yeah! For a drink, dirty or virgin, common water or whiskey or gin. Nightcap, you don't have to be coy. Nightcap, here's Ricky and Joy.
Hello, and welcome to Nightcap. My name is Ricky Pucci. Ricky Pucci. I don't think I ever say my last name. And my wonderful co-host, Joy. I'm a real content creator, Nickens. Hello, Miss Joy.
What's up?
Nothing much. All right, quick update. Me and Joy have been getting notifications for our 10-year reunion for high school, and Joy and our friend Opal were really great about paying the people that they need to pay, and I was really bad, and they were like, by 12 o'clock, or like, I need it by Sunday, so I sent it at like 1 o'clock on Monday, like morning.
Wow.
Yeah, I sent it via Vino or Vimo.
Venmo?
Venmo.
Vimo.
I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I sent it, and they accepted it. So I will show up because you know somebody will have had, like, will have most likely paid and didn't and will not go. So I'm not even worried. So yeah, so there's that.
I'm so happy you're coming.
I'm like not. But I did you do a +1 or not?
No, I paid for this. Yeah, I paid for this back in February, and I had no intention of bringing anyone. It's not because I'm ashamed or anything. It's just it was high school. Like I would rather just go there just myself, like show up myself and just be like, okay, this is me, what's been going on. But no, I no.
Oh.
Like why? Maybe for like the 20 year or something, like if I'm actually like when I'm actually successful. But no, it's okay. I just want to just be like, hey, what's up?
Okay. Well, considering the fact that I don't really want to go, I brought a +1.
Really?
I brought a +1 because alcohol.
Yeah.
I don't really drink. He will drink. He will enjoy some drinks. In fact, I'm like, you better drink for this amount of money.
I don't even think I asked. I was just like, no, I'm just gonna go by myself. Like it's my high school. Like I didn't even.
Okay.
I don't think
two different people that way then.
Oh dang.
I was like, I'm gonna be, other than seeing like you and Opal, but like I see you guys already, so like it's so funny. This reunion I just think is really funny because like the people that I want to see, I already see.
There you go.
And like so like that's why I think that's why it took me so long to be able to actually pay for it, because I was like, I don't really know. So yes, Cupid is gonna go.
Oh yeah, baby's not going. I mean, if baby wants to go, baby can chalk up some money for it. But like, I already paid my $100. Like I put it away.
Well, that and also it's not even that much more expensive. It's just an extra $50. And I think it's funny because they're like, we're gonna have like merchandise, like we're gonna have like year class of 2008, which is funny because like technically it's not my graduating class, it was my starting class. Guys, I was a smarty pants and I graduated a year early. Yeah. So this is like my OG class, the class that I like should have graduated with, and that's why like I affiliate with them more than like I just my other class. Fun fact, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Poppin' Kitchen, but this weekend I did some Poppin' Kitchen.
Where did you even buy that?
Where?
H Mart.
H Mart.
So you didn't buy it at H Mart. Okay, where did you buy that from?
Sweet. That sweet store at the outlets.
There's a sweet store. Well, I haven't been to outlets.
It's like Just Sweets or something.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know.
But okay, so Poppin' Kitchen, the way that it works is you make all of the stuff in the pictures, and they're all like jelly snacks.
Oh.
And you have to like use like a container. This one's dirty, and like you add water, and it's like add, one whole container of water, and it's a tiny little container, and you do it, and then you go like that, and then the gelatin like hardens, and they're really gross. But this was a bento box themed one. Tenoshi bento.
Tenoshi
bento.
Tenoshi desu ka. Hi.
Right, and it was most of them were actually really gross. Me and Cupid did that this weekend, and we also made cute little stuffed animals, but they're like stuffed foods. So there's this, which is a Pop-Tart.
Look at them.
He made me a Pop-Tart, and I made him a little cupcake.
Aww.
And he has the cupcake, and then we were randomly at Target, and I just realized that I called Target.
Yeah, Target. It's okay.
Target. So we were randomly at Target, and we bought these cute little. Now I gotta like try to like look at all my.
Show it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Look at this. We bought little Shopkins, but they came in like little like boxes. So that way like you kind of know what you're getting. So this says fresh cakes, and it's a little cake box. And then it's a little birthday cake.
What's a Shopkin?
Oh, they're tiny little things that look like cute things. Like, look at that.
I think my godsister daughter, my little niece, whatever. I don't know what to call that scenario. I think she likes Shopkins.
Yeah, they were really popular a little bit ago, but I don't think as much because they're already like, ooh, this is season 1. Like it's like retro season 1.
Oh,
so that's like what they do, like right when they're like, okay, this is done. Oh, and I also got this. It's a little stuffed pizza that smells like stuffed pizza. I got it from the Plaza Convenience.
What Plaza Convenience?
Yeah, the place, the convenience, or no, not at Plaza Convenience. I got it at Garden Pharmacy. It smells like oregano.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of this or seen this food.
It's right by your house.
No. I've heard of that place. I'm talking about that thing you're holding, the pizza thing.
Yeah, it's called Whiffer Sniffers.
I'd never heard of that. I've never seen those.
So my life for the past like 2 weeks has all been about, or for like the last week have all been about mini foods.
I see.
So that is me. And then my updates today on like the fun stuff is, or like the usual stuff is probably going to be about Glow and Identity V, which I've been playing nonstop.
I didn't get to Glow, but you sent it to me before the Identity V thing, and I was just like, what is this? So do explain.
Oh wait, did you have any like random updates? That would be the equivalent of my mini foods. Do any cute things? The BB?
This past weekend, some friends came over and we played Overcooked, and that was very fun. And then one of them, shout out to them, they showed us this animation, this cartoon called Bee and Puppy Cat, which was the strangest thing. Like it was good, but then at the same time, I didn't get it. Like I got it, but like I didn't get it. It was crazy. After that, we chilled, and then I got this surge. Are you okay? Are you all right?
Yeah.
You're funny.
I just I poured myself a probably about a finger of whiskey, and it's straight.
Ooh.
Wasn't expecting. It's been a while since I've done that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what is that? Ugh.
So, woo, you saw.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Here, wait. I'll do another one.
Oh my god. Yo. Okay.
See, much better.
Rick's here.
I'm so sorry for interrupting your segment.
After that, I was just gonna say I got a Kevin Smith surge, so I'm trying to watch all of his movies.
Yes, I think you mentioned that before.
Yeah, so for real, I'm actually watching them.
Okay, so you're actually putting into motion.
Yeah, like at night, I watch each movie.
Okay.
I'm 2 down, and I don't know if I have 5 to go. I can't remember, but I got 2 in so far.
I feel like personality-wise, you really would like Kevin Smith. Like, he likes the comics. He's really analytical. But as of right now, how are you feeling about his work of art?
No,
you're not feeling it.
And you know, it's so when I do my vlogs, I've of course have mentioned, and you'll see them in the later episodes, but I said that like I like Kevin Smith as a fan. Like, I like him. He's so funny and he's so nerdy, and of course we come from the same town, hometown Red Bank. Shout out. I was not born but raised there. Been to Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. Like, I really do like him, but these last 2 movies, I'm trying to watch them in order.
Okay.
Which, this is what I was told to watch them in this order. Was I watched Clerks on Sunday, and then I watched Mallrats last night.
Okay.
So, I applaud him for being how old he was at the time and making movies. And I did listen to an interview or a podcast of how Clerks even became a thing, like how he struggled, and so I appreciate the effort for sure. But I think it was great probably for the time it came out, which was probably like 1992 or something. I don't know when this came out, but I think for the time and for the sexual humor and jokes, I think it was definitely ahead of its time. But me watching it now, I was like, where are the black people? Where are there any other person? Why is this in black and white? What is going on? Why is he having a constant bad day? Like, he's just, I'm not even supposed to be here. And I'm like, well, go home then. Like, I was just so Clerks, I was kind of like, okay, this just seems like meh problems, like first world problems. He went to work, and then it just sounded like Dante's no good, horrible, bad day. Like, and then, his friend, and then of course I got the theme of the movie. So I was like, all right, I understood the lesson, but no, this was And then Mallrats was kind of like Clerks, but with with a bigger budget and more #white dude problems. It was these 2 dudes that had girlfriends, and then they did not, because these 2 dudes were losers, and then they had girlfriends that dumped them because they were losers. And then they ended up getting them back. Like, it was just
spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, #spoiler alert. I just wasn't impressed. I was like, okay, but what's the story? Like, they're both. Oh, and then Stan Lee was in it, which was kind of funny. But overall, the best part about either of these movies has been Silent Bob. He doesn't say anything. He acts amazing. I love Kevin Smith with his face and his hair. I don't like how he keeps being referred to as fat. or Tubby or like I don't know, like Jay is funny. I like he's young, but I don't know. There's just so many grapes. I can go on, but so far, two of them
happy.
Not lately. But after tonight, I'm gonna watch Chasing Amy.
Okay, I've heard good things about that movie.
Me too. So I'm hoping now that these movies are backed by bigger production companies. So.
I'm gonna say this. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Do you think, looking at it in 2018, and even just because white guy, white straight male, white problems is like a thing? Do you think if necessarily you didn't watch it in a climate where that was a thing, that instead of being like, oh, like you could pinpoint that out, or do you think it would be one of those things where
I watched it in both timelines.
Okay.
I watched it as someone who was watching it just for the movie.
Yeah, because you could be like, oh, look at these lovable losers,
Yes. So I was watching it because I was like, okay, you're giving me the characters, you're giving me a plot. I'm understanding that these dudes have to go through this, and then their girlfriends, and then there's problems, and then it was a lot of crazy chaos that was going on. So I was like, okay, as someone, when this movie came out in 1994, I'm sure it was like so funny, so revolutionary, so like out there, out the box.
Yeah.
So I get that part, but then I was also looking at it from a 2018 standpoint, like, there's these two dudes. Also, did you see Mallrats? Okay, I was gonna say there's a part of this movie where, again, back in 1994, this must have been funny, but in 2018, I'm gonna spoil this part because I turned it off. Oh god. Okay, so there's a part in the movie. The two dudes they go to the mall to escape from the stuff that was going on outside, which was also dumb. They meet this girl who's 15 years old. She tells you she's 15. The guy says she's a senior in high school because, she moved up. She's graduating early and stuff. So she is writing a book. And the book is about the sexual drives of men between the ages of 14 and 30.
Okay.
So she's writing a book. Her research to test sexual drive of those men, those ages, is to have sex with them.
Okay.
So a 15-year-old is having sex with 8 men ages 14 to 30. When she first said this, I paused it and I was like, are you serious? Are we really watching is this the same movie? Is this supposed to be funny? Because I don't. She's basically saying rape, but like consensual rape. Like, is that what we're doing right now?
That would be considered statutory. Yeah.
But it worked out in the end because someone that I guess she had sex with, one of the main characters, like, pointed that out, and then that guy got arrested. So I was like, okay, so it worked out in the end. But seriously, this was in the movie.
Yeah.
And it was just like, what? But I understood from a male perspective why that was funny, and why I was like, oh, like it. A lot of the time, it just seemed like from a male gazy, like douchey dude movie, dude movies. And that's where the people that have recommended me to watch these are kind of douchey dudes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel emotions about it, but for what he has, I'm glad. Plus, there's tons of New Jersey stuff. That's really what I enjoy it for. He does put little New Jersey things.
Yeah.
So that's really the biggest takeaway, that I'm like, oh, I know Henry Hudson.
I love how no matter who the director is, if they're from New Jersey, they're like man, Jersey, like all the time, like Danny DeVito.
Oh yeah.
Greetings from Asbury Park. Shout out, hello, Mr. Rick, and hello, Mr. Rodney.
Hey, y'all.
So excited.
Let me know if you guys saw the movies I saw.
Right?
Please.
Right. He did Dogma, right?
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna watch that on probably maybe tomorrow or Thursday.
The thing about seeing them in order, I think that might be good, is to see his evolution.
Yes.
And because if you were to watch something really great and then to go back to the beginning, be like, this isn't even the same. Like, what?
Well, that's why I have them in a certain as this playlist. And I had this playlist for a while, but it's supposed to be Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Clerks 2, and Clerks 3.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that's a upward progression.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. And by the time you get to Clerks, 2 and 3, there's going to be you'll be able to see how the social constructs of what we're living with today or later periods of time, like how that sort of change things.
But I think I'm pretty sure I prefer Clerks over Mallrats at the moment.
Okay.
Because even though Clerks seemed like, and I feel bad for putting this movie before this movie because I know Clerks came first, but Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
It was like that where
it's a romp. It's a two-friend romp. Yeah,
it was basically that, but at one place. And of course, we worked the retail life, so I understood why it was a thing and customers and all this stuff happening. And so far, Clerks was a little better than Mallrats, but I wouldn't put Clerks as like the best movie of all time. Like it's just all right. It happened.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Rodney just said Dogma is awesome. So that's what I have heard as well.
I've seen, I think, parts of it.
So
we'll find out.
I have been playing a game that I actually went online to their website and signed up for notification when it went live on their American servers, and the game is called Identity 5, or it's Identity V.
So the 5 or V?
Yes. And so this is a survival horror game that takes place on your actual phone, unlike all the other survival horror games, or the multiplayer survival horror games that I enjoy, where you have to sit at a PlayStation. This takes place on my phone and takes about 10 minutes. Well, a little more than 10 minutes, but during my 10-minute break, I try to play in a game.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it's so much fun. You get to play as either a survivor or killer in the games that I kind of like. It's more like Dead by Daylight and less like Friday the 13th. By the way, happy belated Friday the 13th to you.
Oh, thank you. I was thinking about you. And I shouted you out. So yeah, I was thinking about you and I wanted to play.
I know. I had to, unfortunately, I was not able to play Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th, so I'll have to wait a year. I think it's like a year and 2 months for the next Friday the 13th.
Really?
Some years we get like 3, other years it's like crickets. This is our period of darkness. So
okay.
I know. It makes me sad. So I've been playing a lot of Identity V, as well as Cupid has. In fact, that is why I like Cupid so much, because I do not feel bad playing video games whilst I am with Cupid. I don't feel guilty. Like, he knows how much I play video games, and he likes it. He likes the fact that I kick butt. Shout out to Cupid.
Those are the best partners.
Right. When you don't have to be like, oh, what are you doing? What did you do today? And it's like, in your head, you're like, I played 6 hours of a video game because I had off today. And really, you just say like, oh, I did nothing all day. And they're like, oh man, that sounds boring. When really, it's like, no, I got to sleep in because I played video games all night, and then I played another 6 hours of video games, and it was awesome.
All right.
So yes, if you haven't checked out Identity V, you should. On the ranked games, I am like 680 for the ranked killers.
Wow.
The system that they have, it's not like it's like, oh, out of like 20,000 people, once you get to, I think like after like 1%, then they start like telling you in the thousand, like how many, like what number wise you are. Mm-hmm. So like if you're like at like the top 25, it would say top 25 or 2.5. Okay. So like the fact that I'm on like real numbers is actually kind of cool. It's the first time that's ever happened. So,
oh, look at you.
I know. My goal is to at least hit it to 50 like once. Yeah. But I haven't been playing like any other games right now. Just because also I've been hanging out with Cupid a lot, and I don't know, it's something that we can both play together. Like when it comes to the stuff that I can play on my PlayStation, like then we have to like take turns. But at least like when it comes to like Identity 5, we can play together or just have games. Mm-hmm. So sorry for the yawning. It's so nice that that's an option, you know?
Yeah.
Excellent. Have you been playing any video games yet?
Well, friends came over last weekend, so we played Overcooked. Yeah. I was playing a little bit of Gravity Rush 2.
Okay.
Which I really enjoy. Yeah. Other than that, I can tell you a game I stopped playing because it got insane.
Persona 5?
No. I would still play that till the end of time. I stopped playing the Harry Potter mobile game. I know.
For like 2 months.
Well, I stopped playing for like 2-3 weeks. Like or probably even longer. I haven't played it in so long. Not because I didn't. Oh God, how do I? One incentive in the game turned into a billion incentives, and it just was overwhelming for me. So
did they do that like overload where it's like, oh, you need to do this in order to unlock this, and then like all of a sudden you see like 50 of those, and then you're like, because you gave me so many options, I can't do any.
Yeah, like they started off with this whole campaign, like, oh, if you complete all the classes, like certain classes, you can get this outfit. And I was like, okay, that one's cute. I'll try that. So then it made me more of an addict to like constantly check the game.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, so I got one completed outfit because I cheated a little because, you know, for all this stuff, you have to pay money. So I was like, all right, well, I'll do it the first time. And I've only done it that one time.
Yeah.
Then, of course, right after that, I felt a sense of completedness, but then guilt and then like emptiness. Because I'm like, well, now I just paid for some digital crap for no reason. And then they had another incentive. And I was like, oh, my God, now it's pajamas. I don't want to do this.
That's dumb.
And then they just started introducing a bunch of other crap. Now there's pets in there in Hogwarts. Then Baby was telling me that now you can like watch videos in the game to get gems. And it's just more, it's like more cluttered. And I just stopped playing because I'm like, well, I don't even want to look at the incentives. I don't want to look at the class. I don't even want to get any energies and gems and whatever. Like, I'm done. So I stopped playing the game. Like, I don't want it. I don't want it.
You had like overload. And it's funny too, because they like I wonder if I remember I used to have a segment where I would talk about like games that it's like pay once and then you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think personally, I prefer sort of the method where like I'd rather pay $5 and have a full working game than have a free game that wants to nickel and dime me, because they're hoping that out of the like 25 million people that at least like half of the people spend $1, and that, you know, and that 75 and then like 25% of the people will spend, you know, $10. And that a very small 1% will spend over $100. Mm-hmm. That way they can recoup their costs.
Mm-hmm.
But I sort of prefer when like I can like spend like $10 on a game and then have it
forever.
and have it forever. Like I remember the Roller Coaster Tycoon game for mobile. They had the like free to play one, and then they had like the one that was like classic Roller Coaster Tycoon. And I think I spent like $10 on that game. And I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that like, okay, like I don't have to wait for things. I don't have to wait 24 hours for a roller coaster to be built. I don't have to wait for so many points. Like I can literally just play the game. And I think that there's a moment where like all of us, or like sort of content users, we need to really stick with what we want. And I think you made a smart decision that is just like, listen, I am not into this freemium, situation where like you want my time or attention. And I'm not gonna lie, Identity 5, I gave them money. I gave them money, but you know why? I have a rule when it comes to like games like that, or like free games. I know that with League of Legends, probably when I was playing that regularly, I would say probably once every 6 months, I would give them like $20.
Okay,
but that's because I was playing it so often that I was like, you know what? If I want this thing and I don't want to upgrade my if I don't want to wait for this, and I would do it about every 6 months, I would give them like $20 because in the back of my mind, I'm like, I've spent, 100 hours since the last time I gave them money, and they have server costs and they need some way to recoup and to show what they, So to really back the things that I like, I see it sort of that way. So that's why I don't feel bad every once in a while. But if they expect me to be like, oh, here's $20 every paycheck, like, no, that's bullshit. Like, I'm not going to do it. And you know me, I don't have money like that, and I don't waste my money. But if I play a game, X amount of hours a day, like, no, they can get a nice little chunk of money from me. Yeah, it's not happening very often.
You give the money that you feel those people deserve the money, which is fine. But yeah, I don't like and I wish there was a name for it, but this era where all these mobile games are live and thriving. As a gamer, especially a casual gamer, I don't like it at all. But shout out to people who do enjoy it and live off of it and all that stuff. So
you know what it's called? It's called freemium.
Freemium. Well, and I like the word you used, freemium,
because it's like the official name for it. Because it's free. It's free to play, but there is premium content. You do not need to buy the premium content, but if you want the content quicker, you will use real money.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. It's so frustrating. What is
Oh, wait a minute. Rodney says you should play Final Fantasy 15 if I'm getting my
14.
Oh, damn it.
No, 15 is not.
That would just be V.
Yeah.
He said that it's free until level 30. Then it's like $12.99 for a month for the subscription. Hee hee. Yeah, you know what? That would be in my price range. That would be in my price range, especially. Do you guys want to know how much money I gave Identity 5?
How much?
I gave them $30. Okay.
Wow.
$30.
That's a whole game.
That is how much money I would have, like, a game like this would have been like $40 on like PlayStation 4. If not more.
Is Final Fantasy 14 on PlayStation 4? Like, is that something you play?
Me?
Well, no. I mean, I know there's people.
Wait a minute.
I don't want to play it on the computer.
Didn't they just like get rid of a server?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I believe like one of the like really old Final Fantasy games that was on like PlayStation 3, they just like shut down the servers for it.
I know for Gravity Rush 2, they were talking about shutting down the servers.
But isn't there like a resurgence right now?
Of Gravity Rush 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there are people on Twitter trying to get Sony to not shut the servers down. But
Sony.
I know.
Let's see. television while we wait. Rodney says yes, it is. It's crossplay with PC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't. I was told to play 14. I just hadn't played it because I was like, well, I don't got no money. But I didn't know that it's free.
Look at that. Look at it. Look at it.
You said TV?
Yes, Glow. Glow. That's our name. Female wrestling is our game on Netflix.
How is it?
So, I was watching Glow with Cupid. I was being really good. I was watching one episode a night with him because he's not really a 2-episode person. Because when he likes the realm that you're in, the storytelling realm, he likes to be able to like live in that moment for a little bit of time. No. And I am not that way. I was good with Handmaid's Tale, or as I call it, Handmaid's Tale. I was great with Handmaid's Tale because it was released every single week, so I couldn't really binge it. There would be weeks where we would forget, but I never really binged that show because I don't think that that's really a binge show. But Glow is a bingey show because it's like lights, camera, fighting, girls, spandex, drama, love. It's like all that good stuff. What?
Hairspray.
Hairspray. It's like eating Lucky Charms, Fruity Pebbles, and Cocoa Puffs all at the same time. It's just like, like for your senses, you know? So if you guys are watching Glow, I'm not going to spoil anything.
Please don't. I haven't seen it yet.
I will just let you know that it's really good. So we watched like about 4 episodes together, and then he left. And then I was like, shoot. I was like, I really want to watch another one. And like we watched Nailed It together, like the show that when it's like, what do you want to watch? I'm like, let's watch Glow. And then he's like, and I know that he wants to watch Nailed It. So I felt bad because whenever he asks that, I'm like, kind of like, I want to watch Glow. And so I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm just going to watch like an episode. And that way the next time he comes over, I'm not going to be all like, let's watch Glow. Because really it's because I've like been waiting to watch the show. And so I watched an episode and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to watch the next episode. Yeah. So I watched the next episode, and then it was like a cliffhanger, and I was like, I really have to watch them. So I went to bed, and then I woke up, and then I watched another like 3 episodes, and something like happened. And I texted him, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was like, and then he was like hurt. He was like, oh, how could you do that? He's like, that's a sign that somebody would cheat on you. And I was like, but I told you.
Oh my God. What is this? It sounds like that's my relationship.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Are you the cheater or are you the...
I'm the clearly, yes.
That's because we can't help ourselves, especially when it's like I understand their point of view.
Yeah.
That like it's so great that you don't want to rush it, you know, you don't want to rush that experience. But
oh my God. That's so when you said that you want to watch Glow, but you know, Cupid wants to watch Nailed It. That's literally us. But I want to watch, well, we're about to finish it, but I want to binge Queer Eye.
Yeah.
Baby watches Nailed It. But then baby will watch other stuff too. So it's not just Nailed It, it's like other shows.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I just want to finish it. But then baby told me like a couple of weeks ago, she's like I'm not a binger. Like I can watch 1 or 2, but you know, then I'm kind of done. And I'm like, I need to see it all. But you did that with Glow. I did that with another show, and I'll tell you off air what it was. But I was just like, oops.
And you know what? And so this, the thing that is really kind of awesome about this season of Glow, in case you guys have no concept of Glow, is the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. And season 1 was their origin story about how this motley ragtag crew sort of created this pilot for the show. This takes place in this is season 2, and this is actually their first season of shooting the show and what goes down with that. So it's not like, oh, they're preparing for episode 2. Like the season's about episode 2, you know, like, no, this is about their story dealing with, you know, things like things like what happens when people are actually watching their show and people recognizing who they are. Their sort of like cult-like following, how each of the characters react to that. It's kind of like Orange is the New Black, because you find out like sort of aspects about each characters, so you understand and not just the like three mains. Like you find out about like, what's going on with Welfare Queen's, what's her state of, what's her life like, and like what does it mean to be Welfare Queen when you are a Black woman, because you are taking this stereotype and sort of understanding what that sort of means, especially for her. And to quote her, all the characters are offensive. I'm not the only offensive character. She sees it that way. She's a smart woman, but to understand why something like that would be so particularly hard for her, and as well as like learning about like the way that executives work and how like the studio system sort of works. It's all sort of interesting. So this season is really good. I couldn't gab any more about it without really giving away anything, and it's so good that I think you guys should really watch it, especially if you remember watching wrestling on like Saturday mornings.
Oh yeah, for sure. I remember when I finished it here, and I was like, I wish there was season 2. And now that there's season 2, I'm like, right now, because I'm like, because I know when to binge it.
Yeah. Oh no, I did. Oh, and then finally, so I met up with Cupid the day that I finished binging it, and he's like, "Oh well, how many episodes did you watch?" He's like, "Did you watch like 2?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Wait, you watched more than 2?" I was like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Did you watch like 4?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "What episode were we on?" And he was like, "Episode 4." And then he's like, "Did you watch more than 4?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Did you watch 5?" I was like, "No." And so that's how we found out that I finished the entire season.
Yo, I'm about that life though.
And then he was like, oh, "Okay, well, like I'm just gonna hang out with my friend." And I was like, "Who?" He's like, "Nicole." And I was like, oh, "Okay, have fun with Nicole. Like I don't think I've ever heard you talk about her." And he's like, "Nicole from Nailed It." I was like,
oh my god, I haven't seen
Nailed It. Nicole is so funny from Nailed It. She is so funny. She was on the Wendy Williams show the 4th of July.
Honey, you know there's a Nailed It too, right?
Yeah.
You wanna?
I don't want to watch it.
Oh.
I'm over that one.
Oh damn. Well, I just got told on live.
On what? What did you get told?
She doesn't want to watch Nailed It too.
Wait, why?
She said she's over it.
Yeah,
it's like
it was okay. I just wanted to finish the season, and then that was it. I don't want to watch the second one.
Oh.
But they do the barbecue cake.
But there's a barbecue cake. Not impressed. Okay. The only thing that I was watching on the side and stopped watching it was this thing called Very British Problems, which made me think about how other people interpret people. And it seems like the British, from this documentary series, whatever it was they were doing, there's so many problems that they have about social interaction. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then, so instead of Nailed It, I was watching that. But, yeah.
Oh my gosh. My favorite thing about Nailed It, though,
yeah,
was the fact that they've like the person that did the worst, there's a button that they can press. So like they each have like a help button on the second challenge. And and then the button, so they'll have like the help button, and then the person that did the worst has an optional button, and like one's like a freezer burn where like everybody has to stand still for 3 minutes, and then they get an extra 3 minutes.
I like the nagging one.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. And then the host, there's a button where it's like it's the Nicole Nags button, and like literally she like for a minute and a half, she's like on the backs of like the other contestants, and she's like, what are you making? What are you doing? I don't understand this. Wait, why is that going there? Is that supposed to go there? Are you sure? And like it actually distracts these people.
Mm-hmm. I liked it. Like I did enjoy it. Like we finished it. I nailed it, and I like Nicole for sure.
Yeah, and she was on the Wendy Williams show.
When?
She was on 4th of July.
Wait, was she like an intern or was she just like a guest?
She was a guest, and like, and that's when I found out that me and her have something in common.
What, cupcakes?
Yes, she's got a cupcake tattoo.
Yes, I was like, because I watched it. So I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't watch that episode, but I watched all of like the first season, nailed it. Yeah. I enjoyed her and the judges and her personality, and I think she was really good for that show.
Oh heck yeah. Let's see. Rodney says, I will watch Glow after I finish Luke Cage season 2. You should.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask you, did you watch Luke Cage season 2?
No, but I I listened to a podcast today, and going back to Kevin Smith has a podcast show called Fat Man on Batman, or Batman on Fat Man, something like that. I don't know. It's him and a black guy.
It's probably Batman, or it's probably Fat Man on Batman, because it's like him on like those topics.
Oh, good. So it's Fat. So yeah, Fat Man on Batman, and they had the showrunner from Luke Cage. I forgot his name. Something. He was on this episode, and they were talking about season 2, and I was like, damn, this sounds really good. Mm-hmm. And you know what they went through to get that season going, and like what his start was, and all this other cool stuff, and how each episode was inspired, like it's musically inspired. And I was like, okay, like this sounds cool, but I'm not gonna watch it until I watch Jessica Jones, like because of you know, I'm not gonna watch Luke Cage until I get through Jessica Jones, and there was something else, I think Daredevil or something, but yeah,
I think Daredevil's on season 3 now. I didn't watch The Defenders.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, The Defenders is all of them.
I was told to skip that.
And then I refused, and then when I heard that like Jessica Jones has like no inkling on like Luke Cage, I was like upset.
Oh, they're supposed to be together or something, like dating or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch Defenders or Iron Fist. I was told to skip those.
Yeah, I heard offensive, not good things about Iron Fist.
So. But I mean, we'll see. I just I just don't want to get into a commitment right now. Like I just don't. But I do. I'm already this Kevin Smith commitment I'm trying to do that I've put off for years. So bam. Yeah.
Speaking of commitments, I have to start watching more B-movies. I realized that my hiatus for Be Real Royalty, which that is the hardest name for me to say, tongue twister wise.
Be Real Royalty?
Yeah, my little mini series, remember?
Yeah, no, I remember it, but I didn't know what was so hard about saying Be Real Royalty. But okay.
Because it's like Be Real.
Be Real
Royalty. Like, I don't, it's like all the R's. Be Real Royalty.
B-roll royalty.
Yeah, so I don't know. I like
you bring it back.
I think so. I think what I want to do is I want to like. I've never been smart about the way that I record things. Like I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna like watch this, and then I like film something, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna release it. And like really, like in a smart world, I would like pre-record at least like. If I wanted to do like 6 in a season, I would pre-record like 3, understand what worked and what didn't, and then record the next 3, and then chalk it all up, and then still watch stuff. That way I have notes on like stuff that I want to use and stuff that I don't. I feel like I get so lax, or either that or I like get so excited after I create something that I'm like, I'm gonna do it now. So I feel like you are definitely super professional in the fact that like you would like line up all your ducks in a row. And then you would like, and then in your like hiatus period, then you'd be able to release them.
Well, that's what I've been trying to do so far. It's just now that I started, I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
Because now they're being released systematically. So I just know as soon as I've run out of videos, then I just have to add more videos. So I'm like, okay. Like I actually did that today. I went to the cafe and I uploaded more vlogs and I uploaded Life is Strange episodes 4 and 5, which will be coming out premiering on YouTube and Twitch this Saturday and Sunday.
Woo! Saturday and Sunday, Joy promoting her stuff.
They're both coming out at 1 p.m. on all the channels. So if y'all want to see me watch the rest of finish Life is Strange, then bam, you can do that.
Excellent. Excellent. And I think we're at a good stopping point. Is there anything that you want to add?
Last weekend, I feel like I'm not sure if I brought any of this up before, but my friends invited me to watch the first Purge, the movie.
Ooh.
And I adamantly said no. And then because I love them, I went and watched it. And it was so funny. Like, it was so good. But it was a little scary. Most likely, again, from the methodical thinking, I was very just weird, like, but overall, it was the first movie where the soundtrack was dope. There were so many Black people in it. Like, it took place on Staten Island, the first Purge, and it was just like, let's see what happens when we have this, in this neighborhood where there's high crime and drugs. And no one killed each other for like the longest time. And they're like, how come these Black people are killing each other? And then they're like, nobody wants to murder. And then then the plot gets crazier. But I really enjoyed it. So if you guys haven't seen the first Purge, I suggest you watch it. It was funny. Yeah.
You're all about that. Like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, the main characters, meh. But everybody else besides the two main characters, excellent. Funny, crazy.
I wonder why, because like my complaint with like most main characters is like they're boring. But then again, also like the plot devices, it's like all the like interesting people can't be the main character. Otherwise, like,
yeah,
there'd be nowhere to go. Then you would like literally be like a camera facing on them, and they'd just be going crazy. It's kind of like you need the interesting people to not be the lead character. That way it forces them to do something. Oh yeah.
It was just formed around a brother and sister, and I didn't like the brother or the sister, but everyone else was great. Like, everyone was so funny, so cute, so brave and daring.
Yeah.
But them two, I was just like, really?
Now, do you think you would be able to survive a purge?
No. Well, I would have done the smart thing and just left before the purge happened, which is what everyone else did. They were like, if you didn't want to be a part of it, don't be there. Like, just leave. Like, leave the day before. So no, I would not, because honestly, they were like, if you don't want to be a part of it, go to Jersey or go to like another part of the wherever other borough in New York. And I would have been in Jersey by then.
Yeah.
But if I didn't want to, because they're like, you can stay and not participate, that doesn't mean that someone's not going to break into your house and kill you. Like, there was so much going on. And then due to other outside influences, they ended up doing that, where they were like, well, they had to push it along. All sorts of spoilers, I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
no. Of course. It's kind of like Battle Royale, when they were like, these areas are like exploding, so you either have to do something or just die.
Yes, that's basically what it was. It was like an American, for sort of kind of Battle Royale, but instead of a bunch of Japanese kids, it was a mix of other people, but mostly targeted at African Americans and Latin cult background.
Oh, is the undertone like basically they're trying to like thin out those herds?
Yes.
Okay.
where they were like, oh well, there's drugs and everything, and
they were trying to get rid of them. Yeah.
Yes. So it was kind of like, if you need money, if you need help, we're gonna pay you to stay here on the island, to stay on Staten Island.
And my gosh! So they were trying to like outside influence, like say like, stay here. That way you can most likely die, because
or you can get money,
or you can get money. Because if you stay and if you make it, you'll make bank. But even though with their outside influences, they were going to not put the cards in your favor anyway.
Oh, completely. Like they were kind of a little bit upfront about it, because they were like, well, if you want to be here, like if you want to not leave, we'll pay you a certain amount of money to stay. Now, if you want more money, you're going to have to participate. And if you don't participate, that's at your own risk. But we can't control what happens if you're walking out on the street at night.
Nobody's going to be walking out on the street at night during a purge. Like,
no,
nobody's saying, I need to pick up milk today. No, you... And what is it, 24 hours?
Yeah, it was like... Well, I think for this, it was like a 12-hour period.
You don't need milk.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a week purge. You get ready like it's freaking... You get ready. You don't even... Because they could cut out your power. If it was a week purge, they could cut out your power. You got your ice chests. You got...
That's what happened. They ended up, because it wasn't going fast enough, the government, their fake government, hired mercenaries to pretend like they were gangs, like outside gangs.
Yeah.
And then the gangs of Staten Island were like, hold the F up. None of these are real gangs. So the gangs had to fight against the fake gangs.
And they had to work together.
Yes, to get rid of the government's gangs that they were hiring. But the government's gangs, they were like, all right, well, where's the crime at? So we have to, kick up some stuff.
Yeah.
So they went to people's houses and just murdered everyone, like anyone that was at home.
But you know what's really... Okay, so... I'm going to say this, and maybe I'm out of turn, but I kind of feel like this shouldn't have been the first Purge or a Purge movie. I think this could have been its own movie. Like, I don't think it necessarily needed to take place in that franchise world. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I think from the bones of it, do you know what I mean?
I do. I liked it as a Purge movie because it was the first Purge. It wasn't like literally the first Purge movie that came out, but it was
no. I know. Yeah, okay, about the first experience. But what I'm saying
it could have been its own movie.
Yeah, just because the concept of a Purge is like it's not supposed to be about like, you know what I mean. But then again, also when doing experiments and sort of stuff like that, they have a tendency of going towards minorities or less, quote unquote, less desirable groups that would be considered like, people that are more inclined to kill or have violence, quote unquote, But that's the reason why I think I'm sort of confused by it, because I'm like wait, it's not supposed to be about that, but maybe that's the point.
Well, I think so. And I only say that because it left me, like, when we left the movie, it left me inspired, like, oh, man, this is possible. Like, there can be other races in horror movies and it not be terrible. Like, the first person that died wasn't black, which was funny and great. But it made me be like, oh, man, there are quality actors who are of color who can be in horror movies. And I would watch them. As long as the soundtrack is great and the plot is good. Because it wasn't, when I saw, like, when you see the people that were in the movie, you're like, oh, I remember this person from, like, a Medea movie. Or I remember this person from an HBO special or show or something. Yeah. And they all came together. And I was like, this fit. Like, it wasn't weird to see a bunch of people of color in a scary situation and them, like, finding ways to get out of it besides, like, praying to God, like, oh, Lordy Jesus, let's call on the Holy Ghost and then we'll fix our problems. It was, like, legit, look, we're gonna get the strap, we gotta shoot these dudes, and it wasn't just like, we gotta kill Whitey. It was just like, no, the government is conspiring to kill us.
Yeah.
Can't y'all see that? We need to work together here's your plan. Here's my plan. We need to get other groups involved. And then, hey, if you die, you die. But like, we got to fight for our city. Like, it was a nice camaraderie that probably should have been on its own. But I feel like they had to test it in terms of, would this be a movie that people would want to watch under the Purge name? Because if now if it's proven successful or not, then they'll start to put their money towards other movies where there's people of color as the main characters, and then they'll take a chance on it. So, I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
Cool. Alrighty. I have another double tomorrow.
Oh, no.
So, unfortunately, I have to go to bed.
Okay.
Oh, Joy.
That's okay.
It was a pleasure, as always, Mr. Rodney and Mr. Rick. Thank you so much for watching.
Yes, we appreciate y'all.
We love you. You guys are the greatest.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. It's funny. Joy was blowing kisses, but since I was still talking a little bit, it like showed me. So it was just funny. It's just like kissing noises in the background.
Have a good night, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, konnichiwa.
Let's get it. See you in a couple of weeks.
Excellent. And I'm going to see you, next weekend?
Yep, next weekend.
And I was supposed to have off, but somebody asked me to cover.
What? No.
No. It's during the day. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of sad.
Well, I'll text you about wardrobe because I really don't know what I'm supposed to wear to this thing.
I think it's casual. No, it's dressed to impress. It's dressed to impress. Bye, guys.
Yeah. Peace.
Thanks for watching. Oh, wait, we do the hand thing. We didn't do the hand thing.